Hello everybody, this is Bob Ross here for another episode of Bob and Sam Trolling It Up, and with me as always is the princess that everybody hates to save, TJ Samuel J.
That's actually princes with one S. It's plural prince.
Princess.
Hello everyone.
Yes. Okay, so what we are going to do today was suggested by one of our many adoring fans. I think it was already on our radar. It was
OGG?
Yeah, I think it was OGG, Og the Killer, in the forums. And if anybody else wants to suggest a specific deck, as long as it's fun, reasonably viable, we're willing to play around with it. Don't give us a deck that's like both boring and like not good. That's no fun.
We will never play Millstalker.
I might be willing to play Millstalker if we had like somebody that's really good at Millstalker. Like one of the guys we played against a couple times actually on this show, one of my guildmates, ETC Nicodemus, I think, or Nico, whatever.
Yes.
He had like a 320 ranked Millstalker for a while. So, he could be, if he wants to be on the show, or if somebody else that's really good at Millstalker wants to be on the show, maybe. But otherwise, yeah, we'll stick away from that. Okay, but what we're going to do today is, one of my favorite decks, because it's got my favorite hero, Moonstalker. And as you can see, I've got all the cards. Didn't have to buy any of them before the show.
He was prepared.
Yeah, I was very well prepared. No, actually, yeah, the opposite is true. I absolutely hate Moonstalker. Probably my least favorite of all the heroes. Even lower ranked for me than Logan as far as like fun to play.
Bob's a man. He doesn't like to hide.
And what I like rogues, and Moonstalker happens to be like super strong against rogues, and it just really bothers me, I guess. I don't know.
So we kind of threw this deck. I mean, it's not highly practiced, but everything seems to have like a little bit of synergy. Mm-hmm. Except Karash, he's just the strongest to drop.
Right. Okay. So he's just randomly in here because he's decent. Basically, the concept is there were a couple of changes in the last patch that made this deck more possible than it was before. The main one is Rampant Krygon. They changed it so that it deals damage instead of lowering health. And that means that there's all these allies that Shadow has that take advantage of getting dealt damage, right? Bloodstained Marauder will gain attack when it gets dealt damage. So one hit from Rampant Krygon and it turns into a 4/3, which is pretty decent. Yeah. I'm still not... I mean, I guess for one hit it's not great, but if you can hit it twice, then it gets scary.
And with Gromm's whip, he turns into a 5/3.
Right, so that's pretty solid. And then Grimjaw Hydra does that even better. And then we also have here Infernal Gargoyle, and either of those guys can hit it and it won't deal it any damage, so it'll just get an attack buff. So that's pretty much the meat of this deck, I think, right? Gromm's whip and Krygon.
And Overwhelm's just there because Overwhelm is Moonstalker's good friend.
Yeah, Moonstalker is able to get a lot of allies on the board in one turn and then hit with Overwhelm the next turn. Dirty trick that Moonstalker plays because he's a coward. All right, coward. I think that's about all we need to explain here, right?
Challenge it up.
All right, let's challenge.
I've only played this. I had to build it so that we had something to play, and I think I've played it 3 times.
Okay.
And but it worked at least a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's stunning praise from Sam.
It's a lot of results.
It had results. Something happened. Ooh, a lot of support cards early.
That's a great starting hand.
Ugh. Okay, well, at least we got it 1 3cc ally. Okay.
I'd put the lamb in the resource pile.
The lamb? Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, but he's going to cripple something anyway. Yeah, well.
Yeah, I probably should have kept the lamb.
I would
grab it back out of the resource pile.
Well, the overwhelm could still be useful. What should we get rid of? Overwhelm?
Yeah, for now.
And then we'll start drawing with Blood Moon. I almost said Bad Moon. That was a Magic the Gathering card.
You're a good big CCR fan.
Uh-huh.
Bad Moon Rising.
That was a song. Yeah. I liked that song, actually. All right.
It's decent.
Hydra.
Somebody's not going to like the next turn. I'd probably get rid of Hydra because he's high cost.
Yeah, it's a little early to be holding on to a 5cc ally.
I'd play one of those two. One of the Gargs.
Yeah. Okay, so the Gargoyle's nice because those two guys can't kill it. And, yeah. This is the turn when the opponent realizes, oh, thank God this is not one of those Blood Pack Shaman loot decks.
That's what I would be saying because I hate that deck more than any other deck.
Okay. Ditch a Gromm's Whip?
So, yeah, get rid of one of the whips.
Okay. So now we can do Wrath of the Forest, or
yes.
we could do... Yeah?
I would do the Wrath.
Okay.
And attack... I don't even know where to attack here.
You can attack one of the opportunists.
Yeah, one of the opportunists, because we can now your mine his ritualist.
Yeah.
Twilight Champion. This is a Twilight Boris.
Interesting.
I have yet to see the Twilight Boris.
All right. Marauder?
I would. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking about maybe putting that Grimjaw down.
And stealth?
And then cowarding.
All right. Shall I do that? Hope
Yeah.
for no crippling blow. And then next turn I can do Bloodstained and Gargoyle and be a coward again if I need to.
If needed. Alright. And
so the nice thing here is end turn. If that guy does not get crippled, we will be able to buff it with the Gromm's Whip and get it super high attack. It'll be able to take out that champion, I believe.
oh, that's fun.
Okay, we should hang on to a Gromm's Whip, yeah?
Yeah. I maybe get rid of one of them.
Okay. Play the other? Or should I? Yeah, because if I play the other, I can buff this. It gets +2, and then another +2. It'll go up to 7. I can take out the champion.
Alright, yeah, do that.
And then I can stealth again. Should I do that, or is it too early to be
You won't be able to
wasting
stealth again, but
Oh,
that's
yeah,
alright.
that's right. But he'll have to waste his attacks on that guy. And that'll give me a chance
Then we'll
to...
draw.
Yeah, I can draw, and I can play 2 other allies next turn.
Or use Now Your Mine on the Lifebringer and then kill the one on the left because he only has 2
True.
health and you can attack with Gromm's Whip.
Maybe I should have attacked, too. No.
Wow.
Damn, this guy has put everything into this board. At least I took out that champion while I could. It would have gotten buffed
He
pretty
is
hard.
very out of cards.
Nice.
So we need
Just
to-
in time.
We need to kill that
Aeon.
Aeon.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So get rid of one of the moons.
and then play Hydra and another Blood Moon and Stealth.
I'd play the other two allies.
And Stealth? Or just
yeah, and Stealth.
Okay. Because the Hydra with the whip will be able to take out the guy. Well, whatever.
So will
the
two allies and Gromm's whip.
Fair enough.
We should attack him this turn with hide first and then attack with whip.
Okay. Into Aeon?
Yeah. Whip it real good.
Alright. Yeah, this is a strange deck we're facing.
Now we're just going to hope that he doesn't draw a crippling blow out of 38 cards.
Well, even with a crippling blow. Nice.
Wow.
Even with it, we can still do 4 damage to him. So we'll still be fine.
4, 6. We can do 6.
Yeah, we can do 6. And we got a sack lamb just
nice.
Perfect. Okay.
Alright, so
skip sack lamb this guy first, right? Just to see what we get.
For draw. 4 cards in our hand.
Okay. Perfect. Now we got these 2 Now You're Mines. We can do some damage.
Alright, so Gromm's whip on the Gargoyle.
And should I attack into him, or I can risk the Wrath of the Forest at this point, yeah. I want to keep my Gargoyle healthy.
Attack into him with your hero. The Gargoyle is probably going to die next turn.
Yeah, but at least it'll take him some effort. No, he doesn't have to die.
He's got his ability.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Now You're Mine on
the two on the left.
Okay, yeah, the Lifebringer's only got 1 health. Might as well just take it.
And that is a board clear with Moonstalker.
There we go.
Yay, our little trick worked.
And game.
And he wasn't very happy about that.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you overcommit to the board. Alright. Didn't tell us a whole lot about this deck, but it was an interesting match. Shall we do another one?
We'll try a game.
Yeah.
That was... And I don't think I've really seen a Twilight Boris.
No. I don't know if it was an unlucky draw that he didn't have any cards, that he didn't have a Blood Frenzy or something, or if that was a design choice.
Or if he didn't draw any Eidolon.
Yeah, he might have had some Eidolon, Twilight Eidolons in there, but that's not a great draw engine by itself. Yeah. Oh yeah, because we got the Twilight sleeves, so that's true. Okay, we can ditch one of each of those doubles, I'm thinking.
One of either one of them.
Yeah.
And then next turn we'll ditch one of the others.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing double.
Especially the high-cost ones. Okay. This is a nice opening. Except we're missing draw, but that's okay.
Hopefully turn 4 we'll draw our Wrath of the Forest.
Yeah. So would you get rid of a Hydra here and just plan on playing the other 2? Or would you
I would get rid of... Probably the Hydra, because we got 2 more.
We got 2 more Hydras, and we're going to want the Krygon to help clear the board if we need it.
Yeah, I would definitely play the Gargoyle now.
Gargoyle's nice for holding the board.
I'm hoping we draw another Karash so that we can sack him.
And then next turn we can play the Wrath of the Forest. Which, unless he... Well, either way we're going to play.
Don't you draw a Devourer.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Gromm's whip.
So
we've get rid of one already. Get rid of whip.
So we've got 2 whips and 2 Hydras left.
And yeah.
Kill and attack.
So that's okay. It's not the worst. We don't absolutely need the whips. We don't need to have all of them. We definitely need to have allies on board, so we're playing it right.
Don't you dare play a Shriek.
Now we can hang at 4 if we want to for a little while. Infinity Core, okay.
Just an annoying card, not really too hurtful right now.
Another whip. Shall I keep the whips in hand and then play the Krygon and buff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing he would mind control our.
Buffed guy.
Yes.
Buff the Crash then?
Gargoyle. Yeah,
okay.
You can buff the Crush.
All right. I mean, that just it opens him up to a Krygon, I guess. But
I mean, you can buff the Gargoyle. I just meant he would mind control him if we buffed with Gromm's Whip.
oh yeah, that's true. So at least this way, he's gonna use his ability probably and kill the Crash and the Krygon, but that's okay.
Cards, cards, cards. He's like, oh sweet, you played another person I can kill with my ability.
Yeah. If he does that and a mind control, well, then we draw a lot.
I hope he mind controls before we get our Grimjaw huge.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or a big Marauder.
That's the risk with all these like ally buffing decks, is you put all this work into getting a big mean ally on board, and then they mind control it. Ooh, energy discharge.
Wow. Well, that's one thing we did not mention that could happen.
Yeah. Let's see. Ditch and Overwhelm?
Yeah, you can get rid of the Overwhelm.
And then play the Gargoyle?
Yeah. He's stronger than the Marauder. And this guy clearly... I'm guessing that this is a Shard deck.
You think... Yeah, because of the haste. It's weird.
The little guy.
Yeah.
I don't see him very often.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's in a Shard deck.
Yeah. Well, it's got some discard in it too.
Wow, he is killing it with that.
Deck. Crypt too? Really? I think that's a little overkill.
An odd deck.
Shall I ditch the Bloodstained Marauder? And then, well, I can just hang at 5 if I want.
Get rid of the third whip, and then maybe play whip, or play the two on the left.
Play the 2 guys, yeah. Unless he's got another energy discharge. But hey, if he wants to kill himself, killing my allies, making me
knock yourself out, buddy. Literally.
I mean, it's not like he's got any allies in the graveyard to Soul Reaver. But he's putting them back in the deck.
He'll go up a good 4. Oh, come on, that's not fun. He can't kill anybody unless he has another freebie.
Okay. So,
now I would get rid of the Krygon.
No, I can just play them both.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about whipping, but that works.
Do this. Krygon on the Marauder.
That puts him in killable, but the other 2 are unkillable anyway, so I would still do that.
No, he's got to choose at least. And
that's 10 damage.
Down a lot.
I guess I was thinking we could just hide and next turn maybe kill him, but we won't draw if that happens.
Yeah, let's leave it. Let's see what happens. At this point, we're good.
We're not cowardly Moonstalkers.
Yeah.
He's hoping for a Devourer.
Nope.
He misses.
Again, we're getting some random decks. Here's the issue. Right now, I am rated something like 295, I think.
I was going to ask, since our last one was against that crazy.
Let's see, 293.
293.
So I waited till later in the season to start climbing, and then I was kind of playing around with random decks, like not the kinds of decks I normally would play. Just kind of messing around this season. So
I made the mistake of playing Gravebone, and I'm stuck at 265.
Gromm's Whip, and then we win.
So, yep, we win.
Okay.
We could actually win without even buffing.
Yeah.
But it's more fun to buff.
Okay. All right,
we whipped him.
Yeah, we're doing fine. But we're playing against some random decks that don't really seem like super competitive. Let's see. Yeah, they were in the mid 240 range. One more game. Sorry, everybody. We got cut out there. Apparently, Windows decided it wanted to immediately reboot because I needed updates or something. So we were in the middle of a match with Threbin. We had a perfect opening hand, and then it just died. So here we go again, trying to finish up that third match. And hopefully we'll get a more competitive game this time. Somebody with like a more standard kind of deck that you might have seen before.
I was excited to see the interaction between Marauder, Grimjaw, and Threbin.
Yeah,
Ethan's actually tough for us now.
Oh yeah, because he can counter the stealth. Get rid of the Marauder?
That or a Sacklam, either one.
Okay.
I like to just throw all my draw away right at the beginning and then complain about not getting any draw.
That sounds like a plan. We'll do that. Okay. Well, we can kill that. Get rid of the Overwhelm.
Yeah.
Now you're mine?
Now you're mine, Pewin.
Take that, Pewin.
And that is actually Pewin.
Yeah.
Not a lookalike.
Yeah. Ethan is one of the few heroes that still plays that. Pewin.
Good old Wythen.
Oh, Snare Trap, probably. Get rid of the other one?
Yeah.
And Bloodstained Marauder or Infernal Gargoyle?
I guess the Marauder.
So we're choosing which one to toss because we're going to assume that's a snare trap. It could be a decoy trap. Guess we'll find out. No, it's a snare trap.
I've been playing a lot of decks with Spirit Warden in them and laughing at snare traps.
I love that. Yeah, I love putting down a Spirit Warden on top of a snare trap. It's fun. Okay, here we go. And we can play a Gargoyle. Ditch this guy?
Yeah.
Or should I do this?
Yeah, I think you should get the Wrath out, I guess.
Okay. So far nobody's used an ability. I'm guessing against Ethan we want to hold on as long as we can. Save it for later.
Hope that he uses his ability while we
can preserve our
stealth.
Yeah. Ditch the Krygon or the Crush. And
and you can play the whip and kill the priest.
That's a good call. Okay.
Use the ability and then attack.
Yeah, so that's another little trick with this. Is like, okay, now it's a 5-2, great, but oh, sorry, now it's dead.
A 5-0.
And then next turn he'll probably attack into us with Pewin, and we can kill it again with the ability. That's a good use of our shadow energy, if we can just do that all game, even if we never get to
hide.
Hide, yeah. Well, Bobcat. But he's got nothing to play to make it haste.
He could play pack an extra, but I don't really.
Okay, we got another reserve Gromm Whip. I'm thinking Gargoyle and Blood Moon. And then do that same move into the Pewin.
That, or we could play 2 Gargoyles. And get rid of the whip for later.
You want to get rid of Whip? I'm thinking Whip is our best friend right now.
Okay, get rid of the lamb. Play 2 Gargs.
Because Whip is at least going to help us keep some control, you know? Do this.
Bye-bye, Pewin. Pewin.
You can also use the ability just to buff an opponent, and then they lose that buff on their turn. So
yeah, it's until the end of our turn, isn't it?
Yeah, so I could just use it to ping down an opponent if I want to. Not a great use of shadow energy, but it's not bad.
Urgh. I hate Priest of Light.
He's going to double attack into that one guy, so that's a big waste of his ability. I'm loving these gargoyles right now. They're perfect for what we need. Oh, and we got another one of these. That's good. Priest of Light we can kill with our buffed gargoyle next turn. So we can play a gargoyle and Blood Moon. Buff it with Gromm's Whip. Kill that. Or we can kill this guy by attacking into it with Gromm's Whip.
And buffing the gargoyle.
Yeah, why don't we do that? So we won't sack anything.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then
buff Garg.
And attack first.
Yeah.
Because now at least he won't have ambush. Well, he'll get ambush from his ability, I guess. So he can still kill our gargoyle. But we got another gargoyle coming out. And we got another Blood Moon. So we're doing good. And we can kill that next turn with our Gromm's Whip.
The only thing we're worried about is the thing that buffs him by 2 attack and 1 health. I'm forgetful today.
The Legend Rises?
Yes.
Yeah, that would hurt. Yeah.
That's no fun. Wasting a lot of attack on that. Now we can use our ability if we want to. Not saying we have to, I'm just saying he's out of piss. I would rather just kill...
Ditch a Gromm's Whip since we got 2 in hand. And then I can Krygon, get this guy down to 4, attack into him, and then attack with a Krygon.
Yeah.
And then play the other gargoyle.
Yep.
Should I
would attack before I use the gargoyles or Krygon's ability.
Right. Oh, should I before I attack, should I use this ability on the priest or on something else?
Yeah, you can go ahead and ping him down 1.
Should I ping him down or buff one of my guys?
Well, the buff will go away.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So I'll ping him down. And then ability. Oh, I want to attack.
You got to attack into it first.
See, there's a little complicated things here. If you don't do it quite right, you take a little bit more damage than you need to. Okay.
And now he's just got to...
This is actually not bad. I think this is better suited to go against Yathan than some other Moonstalker decks would be. Since
I was wondering why that went away before our turn ended, but he attacked. Our weapon went away.
Yeah, that was the last durability on it. Okay, so
you can probably get rid of one of those Blood Moons.
Do I need to?
Hold on. 5. No.
Yeah, why not? Why should I just... I don't need to waste it. I'll just do the Wrath and the Gargoyle?
Yep. That's what I was going to say.
He is not loving gargoyles right now.
That's a nice set of gargoyles we've thrown at him.
I mean, he is just working so hard for these kills because gargoyle is hard to kill. And yeah, it's coming out nicely.
Depending on whether or not he uses ability, we might actually hide next turn. With that Grimjaw.
There we go.
No, we won't be hiding. But I would say play probably either Grimjaw and Karash, or if that Blood Moon's about to go away, maybe.
So we could kill something with... Oh, no, we don't have enough. Should I...
I would either sack one of those or don't sack at all.
If I don't sack, I can play Grimjaw and Karash. You want me to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Grimjaw.
And no stealth or stealth?
No, stealth isn't worth it.
So if I don't do stealth, he can kill my Grimjaw by suiciding 2 guys on it, or by attacking one twice and then attacking one.
No matter what, he can
either way he can kill a Grimjaw. Yeah, so just let him kill the Grimjaw because he's got the Grendler's double that can attack into stealth as well. He's got a lot of anti-stealth in this deck.
Yeah, he's a stealth hater.
Yeah, whatever.
That's not cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
Okay, so next turn we can sack something and we can do
a
double buff on something. Wow. Nice.
Enough with the retreats.
But he's out of cards.
Killing the one on the left, I take it.
Gonna work hard for that one kill. Okay.
He's used his ability each time to kill one gargoyle.
I know. At least we didn't get a bonus card this time, so that was nice for him. All right, now
I would get rid of one of the moons this time.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Get rid of a moon, and if I attack, well, now I can use my ability. I can play Grimjaw and Krygon and kill one of his guys and use the ability. Does that sound good?
Or you can use Gromm's Whip, kill one, and kill 2.
Okay.
Use Gromm's Whip on the gargoyle.
So play Gromm's Whip.
Yep.
Use it on the gargoyle. Okay. So now I got a 4/4.
Attack one of the seductresses.
Okay.
And then attack one of the seductresses with Gromm's Whip.
Do I want to be able to use the ability this turn or no?
To be able to use
the shadow ability.
You don't need to hide.
Yeah, what am I hiding from? It comes down to it. I got nothing to hide. And then Krygon. Okay. Well, we just gave him a little bit of draw there, but that's okay.
That's only if he doesn't play an ally.
And if he doesn't play an ally, then that's not good.
Oh, he got his own draw.
Yep, that's alright. Fortified Wisp. That's kind of harder to deal with.
Ouch.
But... Okay.
He's
going to try to take out our draw, which is probably a good call, but we got another one in hand. And we got a Now You're Mine, which can't really work against those guys.
Doesn't help us.
I want to discard something.
Get rid of something. Maybe the Blood Moon, because we're down to 12 cards.
Okay. And then play, and we're not going to sack more. Play the Grimjaw and the Forest.
I was thinking, well, with the Krygon, you can buff Gargoyle and kill the...
Oh, yeah. Okay. So play Krygon and buff. This does damage, right? Yeah, okay. So, Krygon, buff Gargoyle to 3, and play the Grimjaw as well? Okay, so now he's got one attack left on that thing. Should I attack into it with Gromm's Whip after buffing Hydra?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I'll buff Hydra once. And then attack... Oh, stealth? Well, he's going to have one ally with one attack.
Yeah, I wouldn't stealth, probably.
Although, if he can kill,
no matter what,
kill my Krygon. Yeah.
He'll be able to kill him either way if he uses his ability.
Do I want to tempt him to use the ability? Yeah, whatever. If he wants to use the ability, he can. And go ahead, attack me. And then I'm going to attack you. Alright, now I got my 5/5 sitting there. He's got not much draw. And I got a Hydra and a Wrath of the Forest to play next.
I don't remember getting down to 14 health.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Must have taken some hits along the way.
So he's not going to grow the Wisp.
Guess not, because he wanted the cards more than the growth.
So now I'm glad that we didn't waste our ability.
Okay. So, Wrath and Hydra? Or Blood Moon and Hydra?
Now you're mine, Blood Moon, and Hydra.
Okay. Skip. Now you're mine.
So that's definitely a
Hydra.
snare trap.
Just in case. Should I... Wait, if I attack this guy once, I can kill him. Yeah, why don't I kill him, right?
Yeah, go ahead and get rid of him.
Yeah. It's much harder for a Yuthan to come back when he doesn't have the board. He doesn't have a whole lot of ways to do that.
He might raid. Yep, I was going to say that.
Okay, there we go. So Gargoyle for the win that time. Really, that was...
2 rage quits and a victory.
Okay, shall we summarize the deck? I think that was enough time.
Yep,
right?
We can
to
go
get a
over
feel
it.
For it. It's pretty simple. It's kind of fun. Kind of like it. We didn't have to hide a lot, which I appreciate. I don't like the hiding part of Moonstalker.
The sack lambs are only there for extra draw and for any crippled or captured ally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I figured the Wrath and Blood Moon weren't enough draw on their own.
So just a tiny bit extra. It's good, and it combos nicely with Wrath when you have them both. We probably, if we didn't get a rage quit last time, we probably would have used one of the sack lambs, just to pull some stuff. We could have gotten 4 cards out of that. One of those guys. Let's see. Gargoyle, it was the star of that whole thing.
He goes up to a 4/4 whenever you Gromm's Whip him.
Mm-hmm. So that...
Or 3/4 when you Krygon him.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining when Krygon got this nerf that, that little buff to Gargoyle wasn't significant. I think we kind of saw how useful it can be in that game.
I like it a lot more.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice little synergies there. It's nice having Gargoyle be a good card again. I think when Krygon was a little bit better, then people were just automatically taking Gargoyles out of their decks.
The so-called nerf to Krygon also helped out with a buff to Marauder.
Right, and so because now Krygon... Okay, before Krygon did health damage, or it reduced health, and by reducing health, Marauder would just remain a 2/3 or whatever. He'd get the buff from Krygon, but would just have a lower max health. Now he takes damage, and so he gets that double buff.
Grows right up to a 4/3.
Mm-hmm. So basically, any of the 3 CC allies here can be easily buffed into something respectable, which is nice. Gargoyle is already good without that buff, but when you give him a little buff too, he becomes pretty scary. It's
We
hard to
didn't
kill.
we didn't really get to showcase how like Hydra grows fast.
Yeah. So you got to see when I buffed it with Gromm's Whip that it immediately became a 7/5. I mean,
And then it goes
that's
down to a 5/5, and then next time you buff it, it's a
it's a 9.
9/4.
Yeah. So it can get scary really fast. And yeah, that's really the kind of heavy hitter in this deck. We didn't really have to use it as that in those games.
And even with Krygon, he becomes a 6/5 right off the bat.
Oh, right. Because Krygon does 1 damage to him and gives him 1 buff, so he goes up to 4, 5, and then gets another +2 from his ability. And the other thing about his ability is it gets rid of passives until the start of my next turn. Usually it's not a huge deal. There's occasional
Tainted
situations.
Oracle. I mean, that's Tainted
huge.
Oracle in a draw.
Devoted Knight. It'll take away that ability from Devoted Knight where it goes on top of the resource pile. It will. This isn't as big an issue right now, but Raven, it will take out her ability so that this guy can hit Raven. Raven hits back, he gets buffed, and Raven loses the ability to debuff him. So that's on the attack. When Raven attacks into him, what happens is he goes down to a 0/3, and then he gets buffed back up to a 2/3, hits back at Raven, and then Raven loses her ability after that for a turn. It's not as good a scenario, but it's better than most other fatties getting hit by Raven. So that's nice. Braxnorian Soldier it could be good against, right? Because you hit that Braxnorian Soldier with it, and then you can bring the Krygon in right afterwards. So there's all sorts
and
of
the Krygon can even hit it with less than 3 health.
Right, so you can actually 1/2 a Braxnorian with vanilla 3/6 Grimjaw and Rampant Krygon. If you hit it with a Grimjaw first, the Krygon comes in, it can do the little ping and then attack it because it doesn't have that ability blocking the Krygon from attacking it.
After using the deck a few times, I would say the Overwhelm is really the least important card in the deck.
Yeah, we didn't really have any situation where we needed it. There was that moment in that Twilight match versus Boris where it could have been helpful, but we kept getting it like first opening hand. You really want it.
It's more of a last 10 cards you want to get it.
Yeah, but even then in this deck it's sort of a win more card because none of the allies are less than 3 CC. Well, I guess there's the Crash. I never saw a situation in there, even when we were winning for a little while, where we had more than 3 allies on the board.
Yeah, I mean, opponent usually does good clearing out what we've got.
So, I think Overwhelm is really strong when you got Bloodpact Shaman. What would you suggest putting in instead? So we could actually get rid of one, and we're at 40, and then we could replace the other one with something. Let's see.
Can you filter to abilities?
Oh. Regeneration might help versus a rush. Capture prey. This could be nice, a full moon. Full moon would basically be the same as Overwhelm.
Maybe a Shriek if you're running into a lot of
decks. That's something this deck is missing, actually. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, it has no item destruction.
Put in 2 Shrieks. I think that would be a good improvement to make it a little bit more well-rounded.
Either one of the straight Shrieks, too, because, I mean, buffing up a Grimjaw until he's huge and then shrieking off a crippling blow would...
Mm-hmm. Wait, you can't just shriek that. Oh, you mean the
I
shriek.
meant the other Shriek.
That's
the one I was talking about first, but I was saying either Shriek would.
Yeah, you're right. That probably is a good call. One of each. Split the difference.
That's how I usually go when I can't decide which card to take.
I also like. I've done that in other kind of buffing decks. I have a couple of decks where I play around with the Last Harvest or something like that, and I'll have that fatty being buffed the entire game. And even just having one of these cards in your deck, there's those types of games where all of your allies are getting crippled or whatever, usually against Vess. There's going to be a point late in the game where you get that card and you're like, okay, now
Game changer.
Yeah, I can kill this guy immediately. And those are always great. So yeah, that probably is a good call, especially because Grimjaw could be slowly ticking away throughout that game.
Somebody mentioned something about doing something to increase Marauder's health, but I don't really see. I don't know of any cards that can do that.
I mean, Midnight Sentinel, but that's a human card. You could do this in Elementalis with some of those elemental cards.
But then you're losing the Gromm's whip.
Yeah, this is the most useless card. I've never seen anybody play this card.
I've never ran into that one.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Wolven Rally? No, that's not gonna work.
Not in this one.
This doesn't work because it's -3 health instead
would buff him, but it would just do the +3.
Yeah, so that's not great. Harder They Fall is a bad choice in here because we got allies that are buffing attack.
Well, that's with the highest health.
Oh, wait. No. Highest attack.
Oh,
you're thinking bigger they are. The human one
is health.
Yeah. They have. I kind of feel like those are backwards because it's like Shadow are better at having high attack and humans are better at having high health.
Yeah.
They kind of made it really hard to use those cards well. Yeah, I think this is probably about as good as this deck's going to get. There's probably little ways to tweak it here and there.
Somebody will probably make it a little bit better and then just start stomping me with it in quick match.
Yeah. Now Your Mind's better than... Sometimes the Captured Prey is a good choice. In this deck, I think you want to be able to kill those little ones so that you can get that tempo out at the beginning, and then you want to rely on your fatties and other tactics to kill other fatties. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, in that game, we took that Aeon down in 2 turns.
Yeah. So, Captured Prey wouldn't have actually helped us too much against that Aeon anyway. We'd still have to deal with it. So, you're better off with Now Your Minds, I think. Okay, so that's the deck, I think. Any last remarks on the deck, Sam?
Don't fix it and start playing it, because I don't need any more Moonstalkers out there.
All right, you heard it from Sam. Reject this deck. And thank you, everybody, for joining us once again for another episode of Bob and Sam Trollin' It Up. I guess the next episode probably be in about a week. I'm not sure what we'll do it on yet. I have a couple of ideas. We've done...
Thanks for the suggestion, Og the Man.
Yeah, thank you. And anybody else that's got some suggestions, we're open to them. I think we still have to do a priest deck at some point. I'm thinking of my specialties. We haven't done priest on the thing. We did it in our little pilot run, but we didn't actually air that. We haven't done rogues yet. I've been playing around with my copy of BP Shadowman's 80-card Garth deck lately. That's why I'm not quite at 300, because I'm trying to get to 300 with an 80-card Garth deck in the middle of this season. It's actually kind of hard.
That's weird.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be easy.
Sounds simple.
I don't know if I feel good about doing that on here, but maybe some kind of Garth or some kind of Serena would be good at some point. And I could do Xana at some point. Anyway, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to throw them out there for us. We're receptive. And if you are an expert on something and you'd like to guest host with us, feel free to let us know. You can PM us on the forums. Yeah, we're happy to have extra people in here. as much as 2, I think. I don't think we want to go over 4 total people in here. Otherwise it'll get a little crowded. Yeah. But yeah, so you're welcome to give us suggestions, or if you feel like you'd like to be on here and you could really teach us something about something, we're happy to learn. So yeah, I'm guessing my specialties are more in the control human side. Sam, what would you say your specialties are?
I'm good at everything in this game.
Okay, so it's like basically poning. Sam's good at poning. If you have a deck that pones, Sam will teach us how to play it.
As long as the deck's good, I can play it well.
Okay, alright, so that's the criteria for Sam. Me, I'm more of a Johnny. I like the weird decks, the oddballs, and the control decks. Okay, so thanks again, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace out, everyone.